Hi, my name is Jessica Evans, and I'm the founder of the Love Project. The Love Project is a practice, if you will, or almost like it's the art of being in love with yourself. It's as if you're entering a loving, committed relationship with the person you've known your whole life. You just wrapped up a research phase where a group of participants through the month of June were taken through the practice, as I've been doing it, of being in love with themselves. And they provided me with structured feedback throughout the month. And it's like I've been given a whole other language from them, from their experiences, to be able to talk about this practice. And I'm excited to share some of those insights with you today, as well as announcement about where we're going to be going next. Let's get into it, shall we? I've taken a few excerpts onto my laptop here so that I can have some actual direct quotes to share with you about the our first phase of research. So we were about 50-50 on people that used the mirror to say I love you to themselves, and those who weren't comfortable with that or said I love you to themselves in other settings and circumstances, not direct at the mirror. This is really interesting for me. If you've read my article on Medium about the Love Project, which is when I first kind of came out of the closet, if you will, with this practice and this concept that I wanted to share with everybody because it's been so helpful for me. I listed out about saying I love you to yourself or telling yourself I love you, and also talked about mirror work. So it's a long eye gaze and practicing kindness. So looking in the mirror to see your own kind expression. And I had always separated the two. I've heard from people that have been trying out the concept about like, hey Jess, I've been telling myself I love you in the mirror in the morning, and I'm like, oh, that's neat. Like I haven't I haven't tried that. So it was really interesting to see that come back from so many participants about uh, using the mirror and saying I love you to themselves in the mirror. Or one person talked about how they drive a lot for work, and there's, as they put it, there are many reflective surfaces you're surrounded when you're driving. So the rear view mirror, I love you. Side mirror, any time that they saw themselves close the car door, see themselves in the reflection in the window, and it was an opportunity to say I love you and to be able to reiterate that. So I tried it out myself as this feedback was coming in at the close of research, and I would say it's pretty challenging. It feels really really funny. I mean, I'm comfortable speaking to you right now on camera. However, looking at myself in the mirror and being like, okay, I'm gonna say it, felt really just different. So it's new, and I'm grateful for this new practice to try on. So let's see what else I have here, where we talked about. Um, oh, I love the honesty and how raw people were about their inner dialogue and their inner critic. And one of the focuses that the research, the practice was designed around, was to be able to dig into when when we say I love you, is there a rebuttal or a conversation that then happens with, is there an answer that comes back? I know for me, my practice is very contingent, if you will, and I've really developed that that voice, if you will, where I would say I love you, Jessica, and it would come back with potentially, no, you don't, because you did this and that didn't feel right. Or I love you, Jessica, and it's like an instinctual. It's not so much a person conversation. It's like this instinctual gut reaction of well, do you really? Because you, and I was able to follow my instinct through this practice, to be able to develop an instinctual response to the I love you, and then listen to what it was and what it is that Jessica, that my being, that this person really needs, whether it was changes in my diet, exercise, people that it doesn't feel good to be around, things like that. So I'm going to get into another quote. If you really love someone like a lover, how would you treat them and treat yourself? So for me, I looked at it and it was like, how would I treat myself if I was really in love with myself? Over the years, there are a few things I really love to do. I rub my feet with essential oils and lotion before I go to bed. I feel good. I would do this for a lover. I like that. Here's another one. I started back when you started posting stuff. That's my article that I posted in January. I felt a bit nervous. Like with anything, my voice grew with it and it became more stronger as my confidence grew. It's impactful having your name in there, but I had to build the confidence to do that. Eee. Aren't we always our own worst judges and enemies? Shine some love on that, and that part of your brain has to either accept it or shut up. There was a lot in the feedback that came back about sort of the concept of, if I say I love you to myself, am I going to become narcissistic? Am I going to fall into ego? And I appreciate, I love discussing that with people who are in the practice. So here's a perspective on that. Within society and religious undertones, it's not acceptable to give to yourself. It's almost like it's a sin. It's selfish and it's unkind to not do for others. Ooh, that one's, oh, there's a lot there. One of the things that has been huge for me on this practice is boundaries. Like I was alluding to before, this instinctual response and listening to that about what would be right for me. Like if I'm really in this loving relationship with this person, what is it that she needs? Whether it's more sleep or a different job arrangement or just to stay home on a Saturday night rather than going out and giving that energy away. If there's something that I can do to be able to stay in and focus that energy back on myself. And so this perspective of here, it's not acceptable to give to yourself, almost like it's a sin. It's selfish and unkind to not do for others. However, if we're nurturing ourselves and we're able to have healthy boundaries around what we need, then wouldn't that enable us to show up for others even more? It's definitely the way that it's worked for me. I feel like I could love this entire planet. Whenever I'm in a really good place and I'm solid on this practice, I really do feel like I love all of you, and I can, and it's not going to drain me at all to be able to do that. It's an ebb and flow. It's pretty beautiful. You got to try it. Have you said I love you to yourself yet? Because just try it out. Here's another perspective. There may be an uphill to get there, but after 3-4 weeks, as soon as I saw myself in a reflection, I would say it. And another one. In my case, it changed more how I treated myself. I was really hard on me. I was thinking, you aren't doing this or that or that. And I was pushing myself so hard to accomplish stuff. I just read a page of the book that I needed to read. Like I said to my husband, I say, don't worry, you can do more tomorrow. And then for me, I say I have to do more and more and more. This was such a beautiful insight. So this is from clearly someone in the practice who is married. And this person was able to see and compare the way that they treat their husband and the way that they encourage their husband to forgive themselves whenever they don't accomplish everything that they set out to do in a day. I believe that this example specifically is regarding schoolwork. And so this person was saying, I only read one page of the book that I needed to read for school, and that this person's inner dialogue would say, you didn't do enough, you didn't do enough. Yet, whenever their husband was going through a similar situation, they were able to say, don't worry, be good to you. You've got tomorrow. So it's the encouraging voice that comes up as well. And it's, oh, you can tell. I'm so passionate about this. Okay, so one more. I would never tell someone I love, why are you stupid? Or why did you do this? And then I shifted, why do I do this to myself? When you're in love, you see small errors and you don't control them. I need to treat myself like this. And the practice helped me to do this. You don't even want to know how excited I get reading this feedback. It's okay. I could do a whole video of just me saying I love this, it's so cool. Maybe I'll do that. And I'm going to do some other videos as well with other insights that I'm going to dig into more. However, for now, I wanted to share just what I would call emerging findings and themes that are coming out from the first phase of research. And you guessed it, we're going to do another phase, and it's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be a full 5 weeks. And the feedback from this first cohort was that the exercises in the workbook were really simple to be able to fill out and easy to understand. A number of people guessed it at about 15 minutes of work per week. So I'm going to have the same idea and just 5 weeks. So we have a little bit longer to get into a practice. And whenever you send an application, I'm going to send you your own link to a private video where I talk through the practice in more detail and give you a little bit of homework and things, pre-work if you will, to be able to get started. So that's it for today. It's pouring rain and I'm under a tree, and I am very committed to sharing this. Please subscribe, share this to anyone, everyone that you feel could benefit from being in a healthy relationship with themselves first. It's a gift that we first give ourselves, and then the whole world gets to benefit from it. Yeah, so or subscribe, share things, and there will be a link below this video to the application form to be able to sign up for the next phase of research. And I can take as many participants that sign up, and I am unbelievably excited to go to this next phase with you.